morning, lovely friends. Welcome to another kind of day in the life vlog of my life. Hi. Oh my goodness, I'm proper bleary-eyed this morning. I didn't sleep very well. I haven't slept very well the last couple of nights. I'm actually going solo today. Gosh, has this been blurry the whole time? Focus on my face. And yeah, I'm going solo today. Emrys is in Oxford all day. As you can see, my face is super shiny because I've put some extra nice moisturiser on as a little treat, try and wake my skin up. I woke up feeling a bit grotty. I've got a bit of a headache. I think it's just lack of sleep in general. Getting real now, guys. It's not all happy flowers and rainbows all the time inside number 23, but I had a really weird night's sleep anyway, the sleep that I did manage to get, and that probably wasn't helped by the fact that I spent most of last night, I'm trying to prop my camera up with my arm, so apologies for this weird angle, spent most of last night watching documentaries on Netflix about food production and the benefits of a plant-based diet, and in particular I watched What the Health, which has been recommended to me by a couple of people. And before you get upset or anything, or some people do have a particularly volatile response to that, because I think some of what has been said in it has been kind of debunked, that kind of stuff, and a lot of it is over exaggerated. So bear in mind, I'm not taking it as this is the be all and end all of everything, but it really did make me again reassess my lifestyle choices. I also watched another documentary called Vegucation about a group of people going vegan as a kind of experiment type thing. It was really, really interesting seeing kind of normal people take on a vegan diet. And the issue that I had with that is that it had a lot of very graphic images about food production, and it was a bit much seeing it. I think that they should have had more trigger warnings on it, basically, to say what they were going to show and that kind of thing. But I mean, it's something we should all be aware of, to be perfectly honest, because that's how a lot of, animal products are produced, and it's important that we're aware of the realities of it, because I think if more people actually, were, then we wouldn't eat the way that we do. But as someone who's already gone vegetarian and who's seriously considering going vegan, it's not really the way I wanted to spend my This has turned into a bit of a weird food rant, hasn't it, at the start of this episode? That is completely unintentional. Good morning, thank you for joining me. I just felt like I'm having a bit of a chat because, yeah, a lot of stuff in my brain that needs to be decompressed, I think. But I'm actually in my study right now, still not quite finished. I have some things down there that I want to get hung up as soon as possible. But I am having a bit of breakfast, 100% vegan breakfast, which is interesting when you'll see what I've got. I made myself a latte. So I have a latte here. This is made with oat milk, Oatly oat milk, which is one of my favourite new things. I really didn't get on very well with almond milk, which is Emrys's kind of milk alternative of choice, but I love oat milk. And I also have peanut butter on a bagel because it's the weekend and I'm treating myself, and this peanut butter is also vegan and vegetarian, and delicious. I really shouldn't have done that, because now I'm going to have peanut butter in my mouth for the rest of this video. But I am doing a little bit of editing. I'm sorting out some other bits that I want to get recorded this afternoon. And other than that, I'm probably going to spend the day with Rolly, give him a bit of TLC, do some sewing. I finished a project that needs blocking. Oh, very exciting, so I'll be doing that. And I also want to do a bit of swatching, I think, for some new projects. So it'll be a good day, although I am a bit lonesome. It sucks when your partner doesn't tend to have the same time off that you do, or when they do have time off, they have other things to do. It's a bit sad and lonely, and probably a bit hormonal as well, so apologies in advance, but hooray! Enjoy this slightly strange vlog. I did put a nice dress on to try and make myself feel better about the headache and everything, so the only way is up. I wanted to show you some swatching that I've been doing. This is for the Aspen cardigan, which is a pattern by Michelle Wong. It's from her capsule collection, my goodness, with Brooklyn tweed. And it's originally knit in Brooklyn Shelter, which is a worsted weight, but I have this yarn. Now this yarn is the Laxton's Limited yarn that I've shown in a couple of videos, and it's DK. And I wanted to see whether or not it would swatch nicely. So this is with the needle size that was recommended, which is 5mm. And I think the weave was a little bit open, a little bit too wide and gappy for me. It's a relatively nice swatch. It's not like horrendous or anything, but it was actually too big as well. If I can just show you here with my little ruler. It was supposed to be around about here that the 4-inch mark was, so you can see this is coming up at 4.5, and it's also quite a bit longer than it's supposed to be as well. So I decided to go down a needle size to my second swatch. Now the funny thing about this is I have made a mistake with the cable pattern at the top here. It's supposed to look like this, and it's ended up looking like that, but the amount of rows is the same, so I thought, you know, screw it, it's fine. And this I like so much better. This is 4.5mm needles, and I am almost exactly on gauge now, as you can see. And let me just check. Yeah, so the length is good as well. And yeah, I am really happy with how this looks. I was a little bit concerned that the double knit yarn wouldn't look quite right, but it does look lovely. I would say this yarn, by its nature, is slightly lacking in the definition that Brooklyn Tweed Shelter has, but I don't necessarily think that that's terrible. I think it shows up quite nicely, in particular the difference between the cable and the pearl stitches around it. So I think I'm gonna stick with this size needles. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been spending some time on this afternoon. I've also been doing some sewing, and I am going to hopefully block out my oracle shawl now, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, bit of swatching action for you there. Hope it wasn't too dull. Hi! Wearing makeup now. That looks fancy, doesn't it? A little bit more presentable than I did earlier. It's quite a bit later in the day now. I've been very lax at my filming of this vlog, but that's because I've been doing loads of filming of additional videos and editing, and right now I am editing my video for tomorrow, which you'll know by now because this is going up after this video that I'm editing. It's a singing video, and I was really nervous about doing it, but I've had the best time filming it and editing it and filming the voice, and I'm really enjoying the editing because I'm making some really funny faces. Let me show you. So this is a particular favourite. This is kind of, I'm gonna eat you face. Which is really funny. I mean, look at this. Yeah, that's fun. I think it's really cool, and I'm happy I've kind of edited it so it is in, it's not actually black and white, it's called 1950s TV, but it looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy with how I look in it. And yeah, it's one of my favourite songs as well, from a musical that I absolutely love. Another funny face. But yeah, it's been really fun, and I very much enjoyed doing it. So that's what I've basically spent almost all my time doing. And teaching Rolly some new tricks, which was also fun. The things I do when I'm by myself.